Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 15 of our Union Summer 61 campaign in version 1.11 using the A.O.M mod. Now, I did get some comments saying that my voice was coming in lower on the videos. I did replace my desk and chair, so my layout's a little different now on the desktop, so I lowered the volumes a little in-game and increased the gain on the microphone, so hopefully the volume settings are fixed. If not, just let me know in the comments below. Alright, moving on from there. Last episode was fairly busy for us. We had a battle down here in Noonensville, seeing off one of the corps from the Army of Pensacola. The Battle of 2nd Mobile, with the 1st Corps, 1st Army seeing off both the Stewart's Corps, who have retreated to Fort Massachusetts. And we lost the siege of 7th Wheeling because I took my eyes off the ball. And that one's totally on me, so Confederates are retaking Wheeling. I've burned down the depot. Originally I was going to leave it up because I thought it was empty, but there was about 2,000 pieces of provisions in there, and I'm not leaving food behind for the rebels, so I did end up burning it down. They want another supply depot, they can build it. So 8th Corps is retreating up here to Alliance, and 4th Corps is retreating over to Pittsburgh. It is now November 1st, we're moving into the winter season, so hopefully the rebels will not pursue, and my troops can winter there in Pennsylvania and Ohio for the winter, and then I'll send them back down into Western Virginia as part of the spring offensive. So I don't think much is going to be happening in this episode. I'm trying to engage Finnegan's Corps of the Army of Pensacola with 2nd Corps, but his army command keeps getting away. I don't think they're able to fight. So every time I advance, they kind of like pull off a little bit. I just want them out of the region. The other corps for their armies up here building the supply depot, but I want them out of Florida for the winter, so that I can get the support in the state up in my direction and allow my corps to rest. 1st Army and 1st Corps are going to stay in Mobile for the winter. 11th Corps they're now up in the yellow, so I'm going to be moving them up here to St. Helena. And they're going to winter in St. Helena. And I need 10th Corps, which is still in the orange, but they should be ready to go in a day or two. Once they're a little bit in the yellow, I will be pushing them down to New Orleans. I need them down there before the weather turns, otherwise they're going to get stuck on the trail down there. So that everybody is set up for a spring offensive. I do believe this episode is going to be mostly administrative. Doing monthly reports up through the spring. The only action I'm really planning on doing is using the fleet that I have here. So the A.O.M mod gives you a nice little fleet here. You start out with 4 river gunboats, with 2 more being built ironclad river gunboats that are 17 guns each. So I got 6 of these boys I've just not been utilizing. So over the winter, just so that something is going on, I'm going to have them start taking down Fort Pillow. I don't expect them to succeed on the first try, but it's just to keep the rebels a little busy and help facilitate a spring offensive. And I will talk about that as we get closer, as I'm still kind of formulating we're still working the Mississippi River, but there's a few other things I want to do that I am formulating in my head. And now we're all through that. It is November 1st. And it is time for the November monthlies. Also, we do have the one overcrowded POW camp at Camp Chase in Ohio. I am upgrading the prison camp in New York so that the prisoners are further away from the action than they currently are. So the prison camp that is on this road here between Watertown and Utica is being upgraded, the Erie Canal prison camp. So we should be getting those troops out of Ohio up to that prison. All right, let's take a look at the economy. Right now we're at BB minus. That's going to drop a little bit more because it did cost me another $6 million to upgrade that prison camp. We did cut 2 more bonds during the month. I was hoping to keep it at 1, but we did cut 2 more. It says our tax revenues increased by 830 million. That's how much we brought in. I don't know why it gives that number. We did construct 2 forts. Neither one of them finished. One didn't finish. The Cedar Key Fort never finished. We are constructing one outside of Tallahassee to maintain control of the capital of Florida. As if we had seized Tallahassee during the war, I am fairly certain a fortification would have been built there because it is the capital of the state. Total export volume last month was 806 million out, with 2.5 coming in. 2.5 billion coming in. Average core production over the last 3 months was 578 million, a change of negative 21 million. So our production keeps dropping month over month. I'm a little surprised by that. I really don't believe it should be. But once again, we're going into the winter, so the economy alerts have doubled in length. It's now adding back in all the crops and whatnot. Crops, fish, stuff like that. So all the stuff that's normally done over the winter. Showing everything at 0. I haven't hit play yet, so the economy needs to get kick-started again. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. Finance-wise, we spent 266 million more than we did bring in. So we did increase our spending over the last month, and that's because I built the fortifications, stuff like that. Did increase the prison camp, so we did spend more than we brought in. Though we are still doing better than the Confederates on the economy right now. Theirs is dropping, coming back up a little bit, and dropping again. So we haven't had major spikes like these 2 recruiting jumps that you see here from me. So we're slowly getting it under control. It'll be worse over the winter as nothing is being produced, but it's something we will deal with. Our intelligence. So they're discussing government funding 1, which I would assume would have been done already. And it says their credit rating is still tanked out. So I'm not so certain of that, but we will see. They have completed recruitment offices and administration reform. They have not improved relations with Great Britain at all. So until the next chapter unlocks and they get another level of King Cotton policy, I do not think this will improve. Unless they start doing the projects for diplomacy that will increase their chances of bringing the French and British into the war, which I do hope they do. I want to fight them. And it looks like we took out General Withers. That's why I wasn't commanding that corps anymore. So another high-ranking officer has been taken down. I'm not sure which fight we took him on at. Finnegan's now in charge of that corps. I'm not sure which corps he was in charge of. Fort Dorn and Lovell at the last one. Oh wait, that's a Brigadier General, correct? Brigadier General, so Division Commander. So, alright, not a Corps Commander. Alright, let's come over here to policies. I am not enacting another policy. Or I might, I'm not sure. I still have no plans to take emancipation. I want to bring the British and French into the war. Now, saying that once again, Project Lest We Forget, if you are watching, since I'm not taking emancipation, I'm not going to be able to recruit United States colored troops. And you requested a USCT brigade. If you'd like another brigade request, I will happily accept it. Just please let me know in the comments. So, if I do USCT, it probably won't be. If the campaign runs to 64 is when I will take that. So I'm up in the air on whether I want to take print notes too. Because that'll reduce public wealth by 20%. So I'm not sure if I want to take that. Now, we'll see what the economy looks like after January. We get that extra 60 million from print notes 1, and we'll see. We'll go from there. Projects wise, what do we got? I haven't looked at this yet. Still waiting for... Figure we would have had farm mechanization again already. I thought we would have had that. Still waiting for the funding for Improved credit rating. We have that subsidized at 6.3. We need it to 13. So that'll probably be at the end of the winter when we get improved credit rating. We can take another level of infrastructure reform. Or we can do subsidized industry. That's going to allow us to press population since we do have it available. I'm not having support in my states as an issue right now. But we just took that because support in Florida is only at 4%. Because we control every city, it should be a little higher than that. Even counting the forts that the rebels still control, it should be higher because we do have control of the state. So, once again, Florida is an experiment to see if we can get it to flip, even though it's not scripted. I'm highly doubting it at this point, as I have 3 levels of occupation administration, 2 levels of suppressed population. We should have higher than 4% support in the state of Florida. So we'll hold off on that for right now. And I think I may take... Yeah, I'm going to hold off on any more reforms with economy. Take another level of railroad. So that we can build the railroad down in Florida to help facilitate us down there. Over in the military, do have another level of logistics reform available. So what are we spending right now? Army upkeep is at 490. Let me write that down. So we're going to take another level of logistics reforms and see if that helps reduce. And that reform takes a lot of money. Weapons production. And one thing I don't like about industry, it's the same color. At least on my computer screen, it's the same color as military funding. So I really don't like that. So you would think because of where it is in the military column, it'd be military funding. By the color, it looks like industrial funding instead of military funding. It looks like we still have another level of industry. We'll hold off on that as I want to subsidize the railroad construction. So we have the Louisiana, Davenport, and Ohama line that we can build. Oh, nope, that's Iowa. My bad. Where is the Florida line? We should hold everything to build that. Where is that? No, that's... We didn't build it. They didn't build it. Yeah, New Orleans, Tallahassee. We should be able to build this. Oh, what are they controlling that is blocking me? Oh, it's showing them as controlling Mississippi City. And what's this point there? Okay, Port of Biloxi and Mississippi City are blocking me from constructing that. Okay. But we actually almost have the subsidy funding complete for that. I did move First Corps back into Mobile. Maybe I'll move them back over here to Mississippi City. Because these guys are sitting at this fort. They are controlling this, which is blocking the construction. And if I move the Corps there, it will keep them on the island probably. So it's probably better that I do send them there. Retake that because we almost have the funding for that railroad. I want to build it because that'll be where'd it go? Usually tells you how much. Looking at like another 5.2 million in tax revenues. Not much, but it will help. Plus it'll help facilitate movements down here. Just like with the Engineer Corps, once it's done building fortifications, it's going to have to start stringing telegraph lines here in Florida because they are extremely lacking in the state. I think I talked long enough and bored the hell out of you guys. So, I'll get everything moving. get that fleet down to Fort Pillow, and I will be back probably in with a December report. So it looks like we've moved into Chapter 3.
It is well that war is so terrible, or we should grow too fond of it. Robert E. Lee. Chapter 3. A war so terrible. The vast bodies of American men, in companies, regiments, brigades, armies of tens of thousands strong, marched to the beat of the drum, clashing, maneuvering, cheering, yelling, killing, perishing. The rebellion that was to be over in 90 days in a neat showdown is now a war so terrible that America has never before witnessed such ruin. From the ill-organized, poorly drilled, and equally poorly led mass of eager amateurs thrown at the mercy of modern firepower of Migne ball, shot and shell, disciplined armies of determined veterans emerge. The innovations that once served bringing economic growth and spreading civilization have now been harnessed to serve this terrible war. Steamships clad in iron navigate the waterways, while troop movements and logistical support utilize railroads, transforming war itself from Napoleonic to industrial, providing new means of slaughter in the fields of battle with never-before-seen efficiency. Having secured continuing support in Union policymaking for the time being, President Lincoln is determined to win the war, to again unite the nation. But the prolonged war and the mounting casualties are starting to take their toll, with the number of volunteers diminishing and political rivals in support of immediate peace with the South emerging with louder voices. To silence these voices, Lincoln needs decisive military victories. As long as the Union armies are victorious, so long the people will fight. If the willingness of the citizen to fight dies down, so will any hopes of restoring the Union. In the South, the war that was supposed to ensure independence, preferably with the support of the sympathizers of the Southern cause, has reached a point of no return. With the war dragging on, and with the seemingly inexhaustible Northern resources against them, chances of victory seem to slip farther into horizon. For the South to prevail, decisive action must be taken to break the Northern spirits and armies, to force them to award the Southern states their independence in choosing their own destiny. That is their God-given right, even if achieving it means unprecedented suffering, want, and slaughter. War means fighting, and fighting means killing.
I don't know about anybody else, but I always enjoyed those videos that they have in this game. Very good job by Lionheart Filmworks there. We've opened up the next chapter. Let's take a look at the policies we got now. Revenue Act 2. So we are definitely taking this. 56 days for that to complete. So that will take a while as we do control Florida. State support there is low. Whenever you control enemy territory, it increases the length of time it takes to study policies as... Who's back? Lieutenant Hazard. Don't care about you. As it does affect your ability to research things. So having that next level of tariff is going to help, but it's going to be a while. Who's in contact? Really? They're coming across the river in November. But not in winter quarters yet, so, alright. So it looks like we're about to have another battle here outside of Biloxi. Or Mississippi City, my bad. I'm a little surprised, but it's only Lovell's Corps of 13,000 men, so, and we have 17,600. I don't know why he's doing it. Hold on. How'd he get up there? He was out here on the island. Where the hell did he come from? He must have been moving around when I was not looking. Alright. We'll take this fight. I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of 2nd Mississippi City. So, once again, we're on the Centerville map. I wasn't really expecting this one. I was expecting that a little more swampy map that we usually get down here. And as you can see, we actually have the majority of the field to deploy on as we are defending, that looks like Rocky Ridge. Yeah, Rocky Ridge outside of Centerville. But we're not going to defend there. We do outnumber them. They have a small deployment area, so they are back here in these woods. I'm going to line my army up right here and push straight at them. I don't want this fight lasting too long. I don't think... Because I want to move this episode along as quickly as I can to get through the winter. I don't want to do more than 1 or 2 winter episodes. So, I'm going to get my troops set up. It's 5:30 in the morning, so we have the entire day to get rid of them. I'll be back once I have contact with the rebels. So almost as soon as I hit play, they were quite visible to me. So their morale is not good. They already got 2 brigades looking to go. So this corps has been trounced a few times. Yeah, their morale's at 37. Even though we're on their territory, their morale's at 37 to our 41. So I did get orders from I thought they were a little further back than they were. I did give orders from my corps to advance to this road here. I'm just going to let those orders play out until the skirmishers come in contact with them. As soon as I spotted them, started moving the cavalry out onto the flank. And I'm just hoping to cause as much damage to this corps as possible. Well, let's speed this up here. There we go. Almost in contact with each other. And we should start fleshing out the battle line now. There we go. First U.S. is going to march right at Clayton. So everybody's basically stopping in place now. Why can't I give these guys orders? Start shooting them. What the hell's going on? There we go. It looks like this will be a little messier than I hoped. Advance down the road. Go get them. And Clinton looks like he wants to pull back already. The cavalry's not going to a good place as there's another division coming up over here. Skirmishers in. Get them out of the way. Yeah, I don't think this brigade's going to hang around long. New skirmishers in. New skirms. Alright, there he goes. Turning face. Sharpshooters, go take out that battery. You guys start swinging out. I doubt I'll get the cavalry up here in time to actually do anything. But the second US is laying waste to them, yep. Now you're turning your flank to us. Let's keep changing direction here. Because I have a flanking shot on the second US sharpshooters, that's why. Fall them back, chase them. Do not let them get away. Very good. Get out, get those rifles in range. I didn't advance my artillery with the divisions. Kind of feel like I should have. Make this thing go a lot faster if we had. Then again, we probably would have taken a lot of casualty in the batteries too. And there goes the cavalry. Swing out at these boys. Who was that? Benning's brigade. Still not received your advance orders, really? There you go. Shoot Greg. Sharpshooters and handle them. Yep, and they broke. Good. Flanking fire here. Shooting at the wrong guys. Told you to go shoot Benning. Go shoot Benning. Follow your orders. I think this has basically removed this corps as an effective fighting force. Cavalry. Don't receive. Oh, you know what? Corps commander all the way back here, isn't he? Yep. Knew it. Facing the wrong way. Got a brigade showing its flank to you. You gotta hit it. on the Orleans Guard now. Okay, I'm at 14% casualties. That's 1,900 men. We might get another major victory out of this, even though it's a small fight. Yeah, they're withdrawing. I don't know if we'll get the major. Cavalry's finally up. These boys moving down the road. Boys firing, get in there. There they go. Not too long of a fight. Now we're just trying to do as much damage as we can. Got him at 16. I doubt we're going to get it much higher. Orleans about to get charged in the rear by cavalry. They might surrender to us. We have to turn the face. That's only 500 men. They're a depleted force anyway. Looks like we got them. Yes, we did. From the 23.7. 3 minutes left to get it up to that 24 mark. I think we'll get it too. And another unit surrendered. Who we got here? Wharton's Brigade. 100 men. That gave us the major victory. After that battery. And I'm actually getting some things done with my cavalry. Once again, look, they're retreating faster, my cavalry can catch them again. Alright. Short little scuffle there. Got a little better on the casualties than I thought I was. Alright. So we took down 3,200 of their 13,000 infantry. This force is basically, this corps is down to the size of a division for the most part. So 3,200 of 13,000 infantry, 150 of their 700 cavalry, all 10 of their guns for a total loss of 3,400 of their 13,000 men. So they're basically a divisional size element at this point. We lost 590 of our 14,103 infantry, 15 of our 2,400 cavalry, none of our guns, for a total loss of 605 of 17,637 men. There's the paperwork. I think the sharpshooters did most of the work again this time. Engineers didn't fight. Cavalry division didn't do much, mostly captured some guys. 3rd Cavalry took 153 prisoners from infantry, 13 artillery, killed 4 infantry for a total of 170. 1st U.S. Cav killed 1 man, took 18 prisoners for a total of 19, and 2nd U.S. Cavalry killed 5 men. 1st Infantry Division, 3rd Regiment did 573 to infantry. 4th Regiment did 552 to infantry, 9 to artillery for a total of 561. And the 2nd U.S. sharpshooters did 459 to infantry, 145 to cavalry, and 16 to artillery for a total of 621. And their artillery looks like it got some couple of shots in there. Division total 1,757. All right, 1st Infantry Division, 2nd Regiment did 589 to infantry. It looks like 1st Regiment did not get in the fight. 1st Sharpshooter Brigade did 152 to infantry, 21 to artillery, for a total of 173. And even their artillery got some shots and they took out 15 men. 3rd Division, only the 6th Regiment got in there, caused a 116 to infantry, captured 3 for a total of 119. And somehow the Artillery Division, which was all the way rear, I'd never moved them forward, still were in range to take out 6 guys. They're all the way back here, so I guess they were just barely in range. I didn't even think they had sighting. Let's get closed out of here. That was another major victory for us. That helps make up for the loss of Wheeling. But then again, the loss of Wheeling, like I said last episode, was not such a big deal for us. As whenever you operate in West Virginia, for some reason the AI bugs out and goes after whatever you have in West Virginia. So, giving up control of Wheeling and letting those 2 corps rest for the winter is probably the best option. As I think I am going to have them try to take West Virginia in the Spring 63 campaign season as part of our operations in the north, to keep them from sending any soldiers south to reinforce in the Gulf region. So I do have a plan in my head for what I want to do for the spring campaign season, but I will wait until March to discuss them. So I'm hoping to get to March this episode. Alright, the enemies reported suffered total casualties of 3,402 men, thereof 352 killed, 1,213 captured. Our casualties total 605 men, with 74 killed, 67 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 1,772 rifles and 2 guns from the battlefield, sent an additional 1,194 soldiers up to our prison camps. Now, does it say if we took out any officers over here? Doesn't say if we did or not. All right. So I'd like to know where they crossed at that they were north of me. I'd really love to know. The Corps down the orange. 10th ready to go. Alright, 10th's in the yellow. Barely in the yellow. Perfect. So we'll move them down into New Orleans. They just got to be in the yellow to move. There's nobody down here for them to fight, so I'm not worried about it. I just want them in New Orleans. Alright. Looks like they moved somebody. Did they move any of those corps out? No, they're all stacked up there now, and they have no supply base. They got way too many troops in that area. They're going to be attriting out bad. These are the units I can see. There's some corps that are not there. They might be moving out already. But that's fine. Alright. I will be back. Hopefully with the December monthly. It's November 15th in game, and we have finally done it. We have taken New Orleans. And everybody's actually starting to move into Winter Corps, starting to see the icons pop up. So we got in here just in time. So it gives us control of another bank. We didn't have much in the way of supplies in here, but it will help provision us. So, that is a good thing for us. This will definitely help facilitate our moves come spring. Lovell's Corps did retreat back over to Fort Massachusetts. Hopefully he will not rear his ugly head again until the spring. Moulton's Corps is moving down. God, going after... How many men they got? 8,500. I can't hold them off with the Engineer Corps. And they will be here before the fort is finished. What is this? Alright. I did move this corps back to Jacksonville because they weren't drawing much in the way of supply from over at Lake City. Wish I'd left them there now. Probably left them here on the road and just built a supply depot there to block them coming out of Troopville. Alright, it is what it is. Another wasted expenditure on a fort that's not going to be finished. I give them orders to move, but they wouldn't be there in time to get them moving around. They'll retreat in the face of that force. This is only 384 men in a cavalry regiment in that engineering corps. Alright, just an update there. I will be back. So, November 24th in game, Moulton's Corps did chase my engineering corps away from Tallahassee, but they did not remain to flip it or continue building the fortification. It looks like they're trying to chase down my engineer corps. Now, the problem is, Engineer Corps is part of TRADOC, so they had to wait over 100 hours for their orders, and they're still 3 days away. And they caught up with the Engineering Corps. But Mountains Corps is only 8,700 men and 29 guns. And Second Corps will be on the field in 5 hours with 14,211 men. So I just got to keep the cavalry regiment in this corps away from Moulton. So, didn't think we were going to have 2 fights in this episode, but here we are. Everybody's in Winter Corps except for Moulton's Corps. So, we'll take this fight. I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Lake City. So, just like last fight, it's pretty straightforward. We do outnumber them again. So, I'm just going to march my troops. They're on the defensive, so they're not going to be. We're not going to be running into each other at a crossroad like at the last battle. So they should be defending here at this farm, hopefully. So I'm just going to advance right down to Lake City and Jacksonville Pike towards a Lusty station, and just punch them in the face. They have less than a division's worth of men, so this should not take too long. So I'll be back once we have contact with the rebels. So it's 1700. We're losing daylight fast. I got about an hour daylight left, so I won't be launching an attack today. But this does give me an opportunity, because they are set up basically in the entrenchment lines they would have had at the Battle of Lusty. I think they would have been further back here by the creek. So, yeah, I'm just going to bring up my artillery division overnight and lay into these guys and then assault their entrenchments. It looks like they're still constructing back here, though I don't hear them building. So it might be glitched out, but at least they're actually building something. That shows the AI is getting a little better as the campaign goes on. So I'm just going to keep slowly moving my troops up. It takes a while, but it looks like it will be a dawn attack, hopefully with the artillery division laying waste to these guys before I move my infantry in. I'll be back. Alright, we moved into day 2. Looks like the rebels might be staying in place. Right at the close of the day, right as we hit 1800. I didn't even realize we were taking counter battery fire. I haven't seen this battery fire at all. Unless there was an accident back here at the battery. The commander's battery was killed right at the end of the day. Which I don't understand. I haven't seen any counter battery come out of this unit over here. Let's get the artillery division up and in place. Oh yeah. Hopefully these guys stay right here. And we can lay some havoc in before we send in the infantry. Bring your cavalry up. I don't think I will be using them. I need them up just in case. I'm not going to be in a position to be very useful to me. Let's play and see what happens. Beautiful looking open volley. And now we can't see them. Skirmishers out. See if we can't get them resighted. I want to do a little bit of havoc before I send the infantry in. No point in taking unnecessary casualties. Well, it's 46 men over, we'll call it 44 men overnight. I'd like to know how the battery commander for my 4th division, which was behind the lines, got killed. He's the only man that got killed. That had to be a glitch. Unless the man committed suicide. I don't know. There was no counter battery fire. He's the only casualty. They got the one bat. I think they got 29 guns in this force, but I haven't seen them firing. Yeah, they got 30 guns, but I haven't seen them firing at all. So, I'll let this go on a little bit. I'll be back. So it's 10:30. I've given my batteries about 3.5 hours to do a little bit of softening up here. So I'm going to be attacking right down the road, and that is a problem because we do have marshal left and right. I do have a very narrow attack frontage. I could swing out this way, and they're actually smart enough to put entrenchments here. I don't know about over here since I can't see over there, but I'm not going to be trying to march my men out and around through the woods because it just didn't work for me last time. So I'm going to be careful with the approach paths. Otherwise, they're going to be floundering in the swamps on either side of the road. I detached all the artillery batteries from the infantry so that they wouldn't be advancing with them. You know what? I think I'm going to order the cavalry off to the woods. You see, it's a very narrow path right there. Very narrow. They have those entrenchments there, but it doesn't look like they built them. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. So actually, we'll order these brigades individually and try to path find. There we go. But do you want to path find? It's left control to give specific points. Looks like it'll keep them out of swamp, hopefully, maybe. So, while my troops are moving into position, I'll be back. So it's 11 a.m. The rebels actually started pulling their troops off their left flank entrenchments. I'm assuming the AI did not see my cavalry on the move. I really don't want to send the infantry forward at these works, but I kind of have to at this point. It's my only attack option is here or here. And even though the troops are moving and moving effectively through these woods, even if I get them onto the other side of these works here, I don't know if they would, how long it would take for me to get the orders to these men, even with the brigades moving individually. Speed this up a little bit. Problem is my infantry is now masking my artillery fire. See what type of ranging we get here. This is going to be a very, very deliberate attack. Hopefully I get my infantry far enough forward of the artillery where they can start firing again. better view on that swampland here. Cavalry in behind them. This should have a... No, do not go that way. That should give us a nice morale effect, and we'll take out this artillery battery along the way. Whose side of these brigades, really? Oh, they're laying down. Smart. You should see them now. 11th is not doing too hot. 148 casualties already. They're 80. I know I'm going to take a lot of casualties on this attack. It's just, there's nothing I can do about it. Artillery firing again. You know, one battery is 2 batteries. That will help. Have no problem seeing these guys. These works are not built, so they're actually shouldn't be obstructing the view. Hey, you guys are not going to like it when I realize it's just cavalry's here. There might be another brigade here. Can't remember if there is or not. You guys sending out orders. That's a little choppy. Whenever it sends out mass orders, it gets a little choppy. Oh! Breaking a brigade already. Very good. I never look at their morale. I wish we could do that. Mine's at 44. Theirs is at 55, so... But they can't take losses like we can. Anderson's brigade's just not really firing back. There they are. I'm in range of them now. They gotta be poorly armed. And this is marsh right here. No, it's not. That's woodland. Okay, I can shift these guys over here. Go after the battery. Shift your division around. This is the marsh over here, basically the edge of Corps Commander's siding. Everybody, we're just gonna pile everybody onto this battery before we come in on the rear of their infantry line. It looks like my batteries are firing again. Our troops are far enough forward to them. battle bruised Aberfeldy. It doesn't look like I got any infantry there. Otherwise, I'd be firing into the flank of this brigade. No, do not engage them. Go after the artillery. And 15's taking flanking fire when they should. Well. And we got fog rolling in. Awesome. Alright, go get them. They're falling back under pressure, so we'll take them down and then come in over here. No! Go after the artillery. Follow your orders. Give them advance orders so they ignore everything else. That's fine. They're putting flanking fire on that brigade. Let's advance on them. The U.S. is ready to break. Get up there and rally. Shouldn't be getting ready to break. I don't understand that. There we go. Battery's gone. See if we can't get them to surrender. Doubt it. Very good. Continue on and get that battery. 6th Division, your turn. Get up here. Time to relieve these boys. Is this melee still going on? Finish them the hell off. Could have sworn I told you to go rally your men. And one of them just broke. That shouldn't have happened. They're inside the Corps Commander's radius. They should be getting the plus up from that. Oh, come on. Really? What the hell? Now they're going to retreat through the rebel lines. I know it. Everybody get in there. Let's start gunning them down. They want my plans for the cavalry. We should get the major victory out of this, possibly. Artillery battery staying ahead of my infantry brigade. Okay. While they're retreating through woods. Double time. Get after them. I got retreating right through that. Oh, come on. That is BS. The cadets have taken over 50% casualties, and they are not breaking. telling me you can't shoot these guys? They got the tail end of their battery in range. And this is probably going to start breaking my infantry lines. How are these guys still standing? They're 650 casualties. They're almost 75% casualties, but they're still standing there. Want to catch that battery? Good. We got a volley into them. Break them. Now they're starting to break. 11th is ready to break. Guys, whoa! How the hell did these guys get to 657 casualties? Holy crap! What the hell happened there? I mean, at least they stood there and took it, but holy hell. Broke that battery. How the hell we take 657 casualties in that brigade? It's right onto that rail line. Man, I'm surprised these guys did not break. We got them at 18% casualties. I'm surprised they're not retreating yet. The morale's probably still higher than mine, maybe. Nope, it's down to 23. Mine's at 38. These guys are just laying there not firing back, so I'm guessing their weapons don't have range. Which is good because I'm not plussing up my casualties. I want to know how they took all those casualties. Like, damn. So I'm at 1,300 casualties. There are 16. Which isn't bad considering, like, whenever you attack, you really should be taking more casualties than the defending force. These guys are just laying there taking it. 19.2. Damn cavalry brigades. Your division commander gets defamed, he deserves it. Moving the engineer brigade away. AI's getting a little smarter with moving those breaking units out of the way. Why are they showing us flanked? Shouldn't be. 125. The excitement's kind of gone out of this fight a little bit. How you guys doing? Just hold. So we're after the engineers. What the hell are these guys doing? What's that way? There goes Quarles Brigade. Just one more to break. There they go. 22.7. We're not going to get to the 24 without the cavalry. It's just not going to happen. Stay on top of them. Put as many casualties as possible. My cavalry hadn't broken and they were in position right here, we'd have the major victory. Stay on them. Keep firing. 22.8. Come on, just a little bit more. Shoot them, damn it. And there they go. 23%, yep. We're not going to get there. Unless we can take casualties in 3 minutes out of the engineers. .6. Get one more volley in there, guys. One more volley. Come on. That's it. We didn't get it. Oh, maybe. Last minute. Oh, did we get a last minute there? I didn't say at the top. We'll see here in a second. So, that could have gone better. Especially with the cavalry. I understand why they broke the way they did, especially as they were in the command raise of the Corps commander. They weren't outside of radius at all. We lost 1,224 of our 10,959 infantry, 218 of our 2,600 cavalry, one of our 76 guns. A total of 1,447 losses of our 14,575 men. We took down 1,800 of their 8,000 infantry. They had no cavalry. We got all 30 of their guns. For a total loss of 2,100 of their 8,500 man force. So Mountain's Corps is really just not going to be combat effective anymore. Let's take a look at the paperwork. Alright, 2nd Corps. Engineers didn't fight. Had them building entrenchments, trying to level up. 2nd Cavalry Division. You guys. Did a total of 125 altogether. 5th U.S. Cavalry took 60 prisoners. 4th U.S. Cavalry took killed 18 artillerymen, captured 22 for a total of 40. And 6th U.S. Cavalry took 25 prisoners. This all came from that one battery that they fought. It really shouldn't. It should have turned out a lot better than it did. 4th Infantry Division, which led the attack. So we're going to have to look at strength report. I think it was the 11th that got hammered. Yeah, the 11th got hammered. They lost 657 men. 90 killed, 481 wounded. Oof. They got beat down. Since we're moving to winter quarters, I'll probably send them back to get strengthened up, because they're going to be gone all winter. I detached the brigade from 11th Corps that surrendered and sent them home. They're going to be gone basically the entire winter. There's like 90 days or something like that, and I replaced them with the Scottish Volunteers. So the 11th U.S. Infantry did 407 infantry, and 2 more somewhere else for a total of 409. 8th U.S. did 385, and plussed up to 388 somehow. The 12th U.S. did 275, plussed up to 277. And their support battery did 2. Division total 1,076. 5th Infantry Division. 14th did 33 to infantry, 106 to artillery for a total of 139. Those 2 batteries had a lot of men in them. 13th and 15th didn't fight. And their battery did 13 to infantry, 3 to cavalry, total 16. Division total 155. I had the 3 divisions artillery batteries back with the main line of artillery. 6th Division. 18th Regiment did 127 to infantry. 16th did 75, plus up to 76. 17th did 392, plus up to 395. And their battery did 11. Division total 609. The artillery division, I gave them 3 hours of time, and I thought they would do better than they did. They got 120 in total, but these are all Parrott guns. They're not really set up to cause mass casualties among infantry. And the engineers, nope, they never got up there. So it's labeled the 2nd U.S. Battalion, but if you scroll over it on the map, it's actually the 19th Regiment, which... That's actually the regiment that was my basic training unit, was the 19th Infantry. All right, let's get closed out of here. That would have gone a lot better if my cavalry had not broken. I think we could have bagged about half that army, because I intended to charge those cavalry brigades into the rear of the infantry. Not sit there and shoot at them, but charge them in while they were taking fire from the front. I do believe we probably could have taken about half that force. But casualties were almost even on, and being in an attack, that's actually really good. Once again, those are good numbers for an attack. When you're attacking a defensive position, you're looking at losing 2 to 3 men for every one of the defenders. That's just the basic math, no matter what time period you're in. Doubleday is now famous. So, I'm a little upset with the cavalry. Lieutenant Colonel Huston has fallen in disgrace. So that's one of the brigade commanders. I think it should have been the division commander. But he might have been the first brigade to break. Alright, the Battle of Lake City's ended with Mountain's Corps retreating. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 2,064 men, thereof 281 killed, 466 captured. We lost 1,447 men with 205 killed, 357 missing, and the rest wounded. Captured 722 rifles and 10 guns from the battlefield, and sent an additional 467 men off to prison. Let's see, any officers on the other side? So, we lost Lieutenant Colonel Morgan from the artillery, who somehow was the only casualty in that battery at the end of the first day. I think that had to be a glitch of some time. And also shows us that Colonel R.L. Walker and Colonel Bartow from the rebels lost face. It doesn't look like we got any of their officers killed. That's all in the second paragraph there. Alright. So, I was hoping to get through the winter with this episode. It looks like we'll have to do the next episode. So I'm going to keep this going until December, and we'll open up the next episode with December monthlies. I don't think we'll have anything else before then, and hopefully nothing else after that. So I want to get through the winter, an administration episode, at least in one episode. I don't want to do more than 2 episodes for the winter. So I'll be back. So this probably happened while we were in the battle, and I just didn't notice it. The Mississippi River Squadron did capture Fort Pillow, so I did not even notice that happen. So there's a little plus up there. So that's one small roadblock out of the way for the spring offensive. They might come to retake it, I don't know, but at least we should have eyes on the Army of West Tennessee while we hold that fort. So, just an update there. I'll be back. Alrighty, we have moved into December 1st. And, I think we got a lot done this episode, a lot more than I expected. Fought 2 battles, 2nd Mississippi City and Lake City, taken Fort Pillow. We've taken New Orleans, which was the big objective for this episode. So I do believe we're going to end this one here, as I've chatted your ears off more than enough. So if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you've not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so alert when the next video comes out. If you'd like a brigade of my armies, let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, and officers, and I will oblige on all counts if possible. And comments, as always, please do keep them coming. I do enjoy engaging with you guys in the comments section. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.